The more I try to understand myself, the more I realize that I don't. The more I try to become a better version of myself, the more I drift away from my true self. I think everybody goes through these periods of confusion, but if you think about it, it's like a basic element of human beings' pursuit for knowledge. Since we human beings came into being, we've been discovering ourselves and our surroundings. And I think a discovery always comes with these phases of confusion, and it's just a part of the process. Lately, I've been feeling like I'm not truly expressing myself to anyone and to not even myself. I came to this realization while I was listening to an audio lecture by Alan Watts, in which he talked about how we deceive others and how we deceive ourselves. And after going through this phase of frustration for the past 3 to 4 days, I've come to the conclusion that our concept of I is highly influenced by what other people think about us and the things they approve about us. We grow in the direction in which we think people appreciate us the most. Like, if a person refers to me as an artistic person, I'm gonna make being an artistic person a part of my identity. That is why I think people's opinions, positive or negative, shouldn't influence us in any way. Because as humans, due to our desire for simplifications, we assign labels to every person based on our limited interactions with them. And if I come to know about a positive quality that everyone is assuming about me, I'm gonna work my ass off in making that a part of my identity. This has happened to me a lot of times. You see, I, as most of the children, have always been encouraged and appreciated over all of my achievements and my good qualities by my parents and my relatives. But that's not where the problem began. You see, these people, they truly knew me, and since they were always with me, they didn't have labels for me. Because that's the thing, if someone asks you to describe a person in one sentence, it's a lot difficult to describe a person who you've known for a while compared to a person that you rarely know. Because once you start spending time with a person, you start to know more things about them, and it gets hard to describe them in one sentence because there's always a lot more to it. So the problem started when I started getting these major achievements, like starting an online store at the age of 13, and a lot of other things like learning to solve Rubik's Cube, starting a blog, forex trading, reading a lot of books. These things brought with them a lot of attention and appreciation from the people who don't really know me. And I started getting labels like smart, philosophical, entrepreneur, responsible, talented. Now, if you ask someone like my parents who've known me since forever, they wouldn't say any of that. It doesn't mean that all of that isn't true. Those qualities maybe are a part of me at some level, but being described by them is just a lot of pressure. So forming our sense of identity on something that is most appreciated about us just leaves us in a state of confusion and meaninglessness. And now I don't even know what I'm like. I mean, all of those social interactions are happening subconsciously, and it makes me uncomfortable to think about that. I wonder if what I've expressed is actually what I've felt. Those facial expressions of joy and excitement, or of grief and sadness, were they actually real? If I'm gonna play this game of deception, I'd rather play it consciously. Otherwise, I'm just a fool being fooled by myself.